Afro-scientific spirituality. My name is Sefi West, wishing you life and direct from Africa. If this is your first time watching me, you are highly, highly welcome. This is a place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'll be talking about Santisma Muerte, the Mexican or Aztec or Maya goddess or god of deaths. This is the deity that is in charge of the passing away of souls on this planet. And the Kemetic version of this deity is the god we call him Ampu or Impu or Anubis. This is a spirit or principality or entity that embodies the death essence, that is in charge of death, of taking life and also giving life on this planet. So it's a very powerful deity that we just cannot ignore. It's a deity that is very, very ancient, that has been here since the beginning of time, and it is still here today. So what we are witnessing now in the world of spirituality is the rise of this deity, as a kind of awakening is taking place where people are now trying to go back to the beginning of things to try to find out a deeper meaning or understanding in life. In other words, people want to focus more on things that matters. So as we begin to dig deep into ancient history, time past, we are trying to uncover so many of these principles that are very necessary for living. We all know that death is a part of life. Every living thing that is living today, all humans must die. Plants, animals, anything that can decay, that can transmute essence must die. So death is something we cannot ignore. And it is not evil. It is not a bad thing as such. It is something that will happen, but bringing it or enacting it before time is what people don't really like. Like taking people's life unjustly is a big problem. But death is a principle that is part of us here, and we must acknowledge this principle in order to live in harmony with this principle. So the deity governing these principles are deities that you cannot ignore. You must venerate them, and you must know them. One very good thing about this deity is that when you focus or you had this deity as part of your pantheon, it gives you that knowledge, that attunement to know that your time here on this physical world is limited. So based on that, you have to try your best to make judicious use of that little time you have. And when you begin to appreciate this principle and begin to focus your view on life, you live every day like you are preparing for your death, you find out that you gain more value in living. You actually make sure that all your actions bear positive fruits. You're not living for today. You're looking after I have gone, what will happen. You're living your life like you're creating a legacy. You find out that it gives you that state of mind, that consciousness of writing a very good book about your life before you leave. So the deity is very, very important. This is one deity that came into my life. When this deity came into my life totally changed for the better. Since that time, I have been on a path of upward and onward progress, understanding, mobility. So this deity is part of my pantheon. Very, very important. In fact, my whole altars is dedicated to this principle, because this principle is, I will call it, one of the most important principles on this earth. Death is equal to life, and life is equal to death. So it's something we cannot ignore. This is part of the reason I dedicated a whole chapter in this new book to this principle. Not only that, I put a chapter to Ampu, the ancient Kemetic version, the one we call Anubis, and I also did another chapter on Santisma Muerte. Inside is the same book. So to let you know that this principle, you cannot do without it. You cannot fear death. You must embrace it. So making contact with this deity will give you so many things. It will give you wisdom, will give you ability to take charge of your life instead of subletting or subcontracting your spiritual, your earthly responsibilities to a third party, which will make you lazy and lackadaisical and always living in fear. You take charge, and once you take charge of your life, you know that every day counts, every minute, every second counts. What are you doing? What is your mission on this life? What are you doing to make a difference? What changes? Are you actually living the life to your fullest? Are you actually doing the things you are here to do? When you start asking yourself these deep fundamental questions, there's a change of consciousness that will propel you into pushing you closer to your destiny or becoming your greatest version. These are the questions that mainstream religion don't want you to ask. Mainstream religion like Christianity, Islam, Judaism will tell you, you don't need to worry about this. Just follow us, listen to us, pay your tithes, come to church, promote our this. Our God will take care of all the rest. You don't need to think. Don't worry. When you die, as far as you believe in our God, you will go to heaven. But right now, give us your money, give us your time, give us your energy, and just pray and have faith. Everything will be okay. No, everything will not be okay if you don't take your spiritual responsibilities into your own hands. You will continue to be a slave to whoever created that religion that you are venerating, that you are worshiping. You will be a slave to those people. Okay, so this principle, you cannot ignore it. And today I want to talk about the rise of this spirit of death, Santisma Muerte, the rise of Santisma Muerte. What you find out now is that our veneration, our court, they call it the court of Santisma Muerte, that is our followers. It is growing every day in numbers all over the world. People are now embracing these spirits. And why are they embracing the spirit? Because they have seen the needs that this is very important. Death is a part of life, okay? And you cannot escape it. So why don't you just make peace with it? So based on that, people have been setting altars all over the world to this principle. This is a principle that is part of nature, and it's in everybody must die, okay? So the deity itself is a deity that represents balance, represents restoration, represents justice, and represents transmutation, transformation. So by trying to know more or trying to make contact with this spirit, what you will get is that it will bring the same balance to your life. It will bring peace to your life. It will bring stability to your life. And once you find this peace, you know that nobody can, you don't want to go settle for less. Nobody can take this peace away. It is somebody that have already set his house in order. And they say, he who is down fears no fall. But once you can overcome this fear of death, what else is new? Nobody can control you. Nobody can manipulate you. Nobody can pressure you into doing this they want you. A man that is ready to die, nobody can control that person. The kind of power you have from this knowledge, the kind of peace and the kind of joy is something that you will not want to trade for anything else. When you know that death is not in hands, there is no heaven, there is no hell, it's only a transition to a state of higher consciousness, and you will surely reincarnate back to this planet. You don't only plan for this lifetime. You live your life, you plan into the next lifetime, you plan for multiple lifetimes ahead. When you start building legacy, you don't build for just this lifetime. You building because you know that you are coming back again. The aim of we humans here is to make this earth a paradise until we get to that level where we start exporting life to other empty planets in the galaxy. We have not completed our mission yet. So when you make peace with this deity, you know that yes, this is when you actually start living your life. This is when your life starts. So the followership has been growing all over the world. When people understand the philosophy of death, the psychology of death, and they say, okay, this is part of life, I will die one day. So how do I live my life? How do I manage my life efficiently and effectively? By doing the right things, by focusing on things that matters. Meaning when you do it like this, you don't waste your time. Like the way other people waste their time, waste their energy, waste their life pursuing frivolities and material things that give them problems. Once you have this mindset, you don't live like those kind of people anymore. Okay, so this is very important. That's why the Christian faith don't want people to focus on getting in touch with this indigenous deity, because it will take away their power, it will take away their supremacy, It will take away all the things that they are trying to tell you that they hide. It will expose all the lies of the fear of hell, the fear of death, and this fear that they are using to control people. Okay, so what I did is that in this book, I wrote about Santisma Muerte, the origin of this deity. I traced the origin from ancient Egypt to Mesoamerica, and I placed the similarities. If you see the picture of a Santisma Muerte and Anubis, you find out that they're having the same tools, the same scale to balance time, to balance to weigh the hearts, the same sickle that they are having, the same weapons that they are having, the same role that they are playing, exactly the same thing. So this deity is, I would say, it's one and the same. The same people create deities, but they do exactly the same thing. But some people want to argue with me. But me, I don't see any difference in both of them. So you can venerate any of them. Me, I venerate the two of them. I already have that principle with me already, so it's part of my life now. And this is one of the best things that have happened to me in this lifetime. So for some people, somebody sent a question to me about the Santisma Muerte Rosary. What happened in Mesoamerica is that during the reign of the Aztec or the Maya, they got the Mictecacihuatl or Mictecacihuatl, the ancient Aztec name. I don't know how to pronounce that name. So with time, with the coming of the Spaniards to the South American continent, they now kind of colonized. The rest story, I don't need to tell the whole story. When colonization hit America, so many of the people were killed, their books, their culture, everything was destroyed. The people we called Red Indians today, they were almost wiped out. So the few remaining ones that were still remaining have to find a way to survive. In order for them to survive, they have to hide some of their spiritual knowledge or practices under the banner of Christianity. So this very important deity of death was not changed to look like a Christian saint, and the veneration of this deity was not adapted to resemble that of the Holy Mary. We have this Holy Mary. You are not a Christian, you hear that there's a woman called the mother of so-called Jesus Christ. This was a woman that was supposedly impregnated by the Holy Spirit, which is supposed to be the spirit of their mad, deviant, perverts, psychopathic, sociopathic entity called Yahweh, that bastard, that lunatic, that idiot, that evil entity, that scallywag, and his wayward gay bastard son. They could not get a woman for themselves as a supreme deity. They have to come to earth to come and steal somebody's ex-wife to impregnate, to have his son. Can you imagine the Bible? This pervert God called Yahweh, he does not have a wife. He's either a chronic bachelor or he's gay. And he wanted to have his son. He could not have a wife. He sent his evil spirit to come and impregnate another man's wife, Joseph's wife, to born his bastard son. How does that count? A God that cannot have his own wife, a God that is a thief, a God that is a rapist. You cannot defend the thing where pain me pass. He could not even find a single girl. See, this somebody's ex-wife that they have already paid dowry on, paid bride price on, that they have to go and impregnate. Could you see that this God is a thief? He's an armed robber. Are there no single women? Are there not in the earth that time, the people that were writing that dirty book called the Bible, that your God have to come and forcefully sleep with somebody else's wife to born his son? The son that son that is a criminal. And guess what? The son did not even marry as well. The son was gay. They said the son have 12 disciples. None of them are women. The son was an arrogant, spoiled child that could not walk, very lazy, trekking all over the so-called Middle East, begging people for things, projected himself like a superior deity. Imagine you just living and chilling out in the front of your house. Then all of a sudden, one man just trek with 12 people telling you that he's the Son of God, that you should give him anything you have, or that you want to sleep in your house. What sort of nonsense is that? Son of God will not get money, will not get 1 naira, will not get one single property. Son of God that was begged, that begged all his way till he died. Which kind of poor son of God be that? So this story is a story of buffoonery. Story. Okay? So leave that guy. Yahweh is a gay bastard. Their son is also a gay bastard too. A delinquent, irresponsible, recalcitrant, spoiled brat, arrogant, and stupid. You don't want that kind of God. Okay? We prefer conscious God. And when we talk about conscious deities that you can actually make contact with, that you can see their activities, like this principle of death now. It is part of the world. Every living thing must die. So this deity is that spirit, that intelligence, representing this embodiment of this death essence in this earth. And this deity, the name of this deity, we call either Anubis, Ampu, or Santisma Muerte. And now Santisma Muerte, I've told you, is created from the Mexican and Aztec god of death. So that is where the metamorphosis came from. And now is that we now have this deity here. You can see this. People call her the Grim Reaper or the Angel of Death. It is still correct. So this deity is becoming more and more popular because people have now known the importance of time management on this planet. You have to plan your life efficiently and efficiently. So when you make contact with this deity, you know that you have nothing to lose. It's like you have crossed that Rubicon of that fear, that catharsis of fear that Christianity have been putting into your mind. The fearing of death. Fear this, fear that, fear hell. They control you with fear. This deity will remove that fear from your spirit, from your body and your soul. When you see that you have nothing to fear and death is not an evil thing, it's only a transition, you begin to live your life with more quality and more value by focusing on things that matters or things that will bring good fruits, beneficial to you. You like try to make your peace with everybody, you live in harmony, you try to do your best. This is what it will get you. It will only take away what does not serve you. So this deity is not something to be feared, okay? It is not a demon that will come to cut your life short, that will come to we come to be giving you problems. It's not like that, okay? So this concept of death is something we live with, okay? So in the veneration of Santisma Muerte, when the early Mayan people, in order to preserve this deity, they not change it into a sense, and they were not using the Mary of Guadalupe to focus or to camouflage this spirit. So what they do, that they create what we call the 5 Stations of the Cross for Santisma Muerte. Same that we have Station of the Cross in Christianity, where you recite the rosary and you pray to their Jesus, their Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee, blessed are all those nonsense. So in the veneration of Santisma Muerte, they also have their rosary. And what they do is that they use, you can use your meditation beads. And they have what they call the novena. The novena simply means, it's a Latin word meaning 9. It can be 9 days prayer. When they do these novenas to their saints, they say they are doing a novena, meaning it's a 9 days prayer. The word means 9. You also have the 9 novena for Santisma Muerte. So the novena was created to mimic that of Christianity, so that when the ancient practitioners or followers of Santisma Muerte are venerating their deity, the Christian priests or those Christian pedophiles will think that they are praying to the Holy Mary, that they are practicing Christianity, but meanwhile their focus is not on that Holy Mary, their focus is on their indigenous deity. So they all created this rosary and this novena for doing their 5 Stations of the Cross for Santisma Muerte. So you can do this with your meditation bead. If you don't have meditation bead, you can also use the Christian rosary. It is a meditation bead too. Or you can use the Muslim prayer beads or the Buddhist prayer beads. It is still the same thing. It doesn't matter the thing they draw there. What matters is where your mind is when you are doing the meditation. Your focus is what matters. So you can use a Christian rosary but your mind is not on Jesus Christ. Your mind is on Santisma Muerte. Where your mind is where your spirit will travel to. It's where your spirit will go to. Okay, so don't look, if you don't have money to buy these ones they sell, the average you get for meditation bead is $30. If it's cheap, well, if it's cheap, $25. The ones I sell 25, I sell $30. The ones that I make. If you cannot buy it, go and get a Christian rosary. They will give you for free. Sometimes they want people to join their religion. You can go to the church and pick it up, and you use it for your Santisma Muerte meditation. Okay, no big deal. So there are 5 stations of the cross, and I put those in this book here. This is my new book. The 5 stations of the cross represents the 5 elements that she's having on her. When you look at the picture of death of her, she have 5 things. So each of the stations is dedicated to one of those things. Okay, so when you open the book, some people were having difficulty with how to do this prayer. That's why I'm talking about it here. I don't know if you can see it clearly. For those of you who have the book, please turn to page 88, 89. You will see what I'm talking about, how to pray the Santisma Muerte Rosary. The first station of the cross begins with the garments that she's putting on, the garment of death, the garment of glory, the garment of power, the garment of authority, the garment of supremacy. Okay, so that is for the first dedication. So you hold this, you say the first chapter. After saying that prayer, then you start with the 9 novena by repeating, by hailing the Santissima. That is the 9-point prayer. Hail the Santissima, full of love and grace, blessed by you, and blessed by you and the abused and downtrodden. Hail the Santissima, who is power over hope. Bless us with your love now and at the moments of our deaths. Amen. So you have to repeat this Hail the Santissima, full of love and grace. You have to repeat it 9 times. Each time you repeat it, you hold a different bead. Each time you repeat it, you hold a different bead. Okay, this prayer is on the internet. It's on Google or YouTube. Okay, it's a popular prayer. So for each repetition, you have to push one bead forward. This is the way they do it for those people that are having difficulty. So after saying the initial opening dedicated to that very theme or that very aspect of the deity, which is number 1 is the garment. After saying about that, the cloak, the garment of power, and everything that is pertaining to that, you now hold the next bead and say the glory be. Glory be, holy death, blessed death, peaceful death, as you have been with me from the beginning, so are you with me now, and so will you be with me always. Amen. Then you start with the Hail the Santissima. You say this 9 times. After 9 times you complete it, you go to the second station of the cross, okay, which involve the psyche. That very sharp knife that she's holding, they call it the sick. And you say the Santa Muerte received the 6 that she may cut the thread of life. Then you say the same prayer again. You start with your glory be, holy death, blessed death, peaceful death. Then you say the 9 Hail the Santissima, each with a different rosary beads. Okay, just like before. After finishing that, you go to the 3rd station of the cross, which is the scale of justice. That scale that she's always holding. You talk about the scale, and then you repeat the same thing again. You say your 9 Santisma Muerte hailing, and you keep, as you are saying it, the bead is going one by one for each recantation or recitation. After doing the 3rd station, the 4th station is the feet. The Santa Muerte places her feet upon the earth so that she may serve those who love her. Our Santa Muerte, who will come for us all, kind and gentle be your kiss when you come to end my life. May I be free of any regrets. I thank you for this day, one more beautiful day, that I may have it to live, love, and laugh my own way. Amen. Okay? Then the next beat you say, glory be, holy death, blessed death, peaceful deaths. As you have been with me from the beginning, so are you with me now, and so will you be with me always. Amen. Then you repeat the 9 hailing 9 times again for the 4th station of the cross. Then when you get to the 5th is the globe. You see the deity always holding the world in her hands. Okay? The Santa Muerte holds the globe in her hands, for the earth is her throne and the earth is her footstool. For all living souls must pass through these gates to the gate beyond. Okay? For death is a painful truth and life is a beautiful lie. For death is the path to life and life is the path to death. Santa Muerte is the god of this world. Santa Muerte collects every soul when the flame of life is extinguished. Okay, so you say this, repeat it as the fifth station. Then after that, you now say your supplications, the things that you want to ask, or the things that you want, the petition you want to do. You say it after this prayer. Then you round it up with thanks. Then you close the meditation. Okay, so this is how they do it. I have laid it down here exactly how you should do it. The 5 station of the cross inside this book for those people that have it. So if you're having difficulty doing it, it's not supposed to be difficult. Okay, just repeating these mantras, focusing your attention, your mind, your heart, your spirit on this deity, calling the deity into your presence, calling the deity into your consciousness, trying to connect with the deity. Okay, it's very easy to do. This is the spirit of death. Death is everywhere. It's very easy to call, very easy to align. Okay, you don't need any elaborate ceremony. You don't need just candle, and you don't even need a candle. Just focus on doing this. So normally when you try to create this altar for this deity, it's either you can get the statue or you can get the picture. If you cannot get it, I will advocate you drawing the deity on a piece of paper. My first one that I didn't have money to buy statue. I have to draw. I draw it with a pencil, and that picture is still here today. Very powerful picture. Okay, whether you draw it on a piece of paper or you buy it, it is still the same. I would prefer drawing, because by drawing, you are putting your energy into the thing. If possible for you to carve it, you can carve it. You put in your energy. That is much more stronger than the one that you bought from the shop, because you're creating that deity from a part of you. You're using some of your life energy and essence to bring this deity into the physical world. You are actively making the unconscious conscious. Okay, by the singular act of bringing it out of your imagination, out of your mind. You draw this deity, draw everything very well, then you gum this picture in your wall. Okay, after doing this, you activate the deity by putting a drop of blood from your hand upon this deity to make that psychic physical union. It's like a pacting, activating and opening the gateway for the deity to come into this physical world to do the things that needs to be done. Okay, so this is much more powerful. All this I wrote in this book. I'm giving expo now. You ask me, I'm giving expo. These are things that I wrote for people to buy this book and do by themselves. Okay, very simple, powerful ritual that you can use to make direct contact with this deity. Okay, so the person asking for these questions, I hope that I have explained it. It is simple, straightforward. This is a spirit that is coming back to this earth. And when people get to know this spirit, they are fully liberated. They are liberated from sickness. They are liberated from fear, liberated from fake religion, oppressive government, liberated from the lies, from the filthiness of society. So it's something that we expand with time. Okay, so there's nothing to fear here. It is simple, straightforward. Okay, spirituality should be a kind of a way of life. If you're having too much stress practicing your spirituality, it's involved too much processes, then probably you're not supposed to be doing. It's supposed to flow naturally. Okay, so this is the deity. Once you make contact with this deity, normally when you set up the altar with the picture, for that altar to be very, very active, you will have to do a 9 days novena, saying this rosary, 9 days stretch. You can choose a particular time. My case was in the night, around 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the night. You wake up, say the rosary, light your candle, light your incense, and say the rosary for 9 days stretch. Okay, no break up. So when you set up the altar, you do this for 9 days continuously to invoke the power and the presence of the deity into the altar. So after doing this, that altar will now be active. Then of course your offering will be always there at least once a week. You put your whiskey, put anything you want to put there to decorate it. Then you change the whiskey once a week. Changing it once a week, the water will be stale, the drink will be stale. You can add it to your beach water. Don't throw it away. I always add it to my bath water. I use it to bath after that 7 days. Then you put a new one. Then once in a week too, you'll be saying this rosary at least once a week. Anytime you want to change, to clean the altar, to change it, during that time, you just pick a day of the week that you're going to do this novena thing. And you are good to go. Okay, most times you find out when you're doing the meditation, you will get impressions, you're going to get messages from the spirit. We tell you things you need to do, how you need to do them. With the spirit will be guiding you about your daily activities. And you'll be understanding deeper mysteries as you begin to maintain this constant contact or relationship. You'll be knowing more and more and more things will be revealed to you. So you'll be making closer contact, and eventually you find out that your life is changing, and it's changing positively. Things around you are restructuring. Everything is moving well. Once you come on this path, you don't want to go back. Okay, you find out that life is much easier. Only the peace that you also receive from this, it's like a heavy load is lifted up you. When you're living your life like you're preparing for death, there's so much work that you are going to accomplish, so much things that will happen to you, so much good things. Okay, so this is how you say the rosary. I hope that I've been able to clarify it in this video for people that don't know about the Santisma Muerte. Let me just wear this my bead. This is my bead that I always use. Okay, I have lots of meditation beads that I sell. If you want meditation bead, you want to buy it, I sell it too. Okay, you can use your rosary too. You can use the Muslim bead. The main thing is your focus. Where your mind is, that's where your spirit will go. So when this is how that Aztec deity has been able to morph. So this is a new version of the Aztec deity. This is the new face, the new modern face. Deities change, people change them, but their core characteristic and core quality still remains the same. Okay, so this is how it is. So for those people that are interested in this deity, you can do more research. I have done about 3 or 4 videos about this deity in my channel. I have also done how to say the rosary. I've done a lot of work. Then also in my new book, if you want to know about how to say the rosary and how to make contact, it is here inside this book. You buy this book, you have all this information, and you do the work by yourself. Okay, so this is what I have to say today on this deity. I hope I've been able to make myself clear. Questions or comments are still welcome, and of course like and share this video. Then I also want to talk about products that I have for people that you're looking for spiritual products. I sell them, as I always tell you, before you go somewhere else, patronize me. This is on crossing oil for people that have cross conditions. These are conditions that have been done by when some people curse themselves due to inferiority complex. They keep saying, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I cannot talk to a beautiful woman, I cannot afford you. Curse yourself with your own mind. This thing we help with on cross conditions will give you confidence, and it will change all those kind of things. Then it's very, very effective. Yeah, I have it for sale. Then I have this powerful back to sender spiritual bits liquid for people that you want to protect yourself, or you feel that some people are attacking you, you're having too much negativity in your workplace or in your family, people doing things against you. You can be using this, adding a little. It has already been mixed. You add a little to it every time you want to bath, and anything anybody do, you will just be going back to them. Any plan they are planning will be going back to them. So it's a powerful back to sender spiritual ointment. I have it for sale here. Then for people that are looking for Miss Paris, I have the original one. You can get it from me. If you're looking for Salam Maliku oil, this oil is very good for mixing spells. You can use for all kinds of spells, from hexes to love spell, for protection, health. They use it for a lot of things. Very nice oil, effective. Then your 7 African power oil. This one you can use for people that venerate the orishas. If you are looking for the right kind of oil to be using in your veneration, this one is come very, very handy. 7 African power oil is very, very handy. Okay. Then this El Hadi, this one is very strong. People that you want to remove curses, setback, people that are having bad luck, promise and fail, you want to break all those kind of things, you can use this one. You add it to bath water, you can mix it with other things, mix it to spell good luck, love, and all kind of good things. It will help you as well. Then this one is becoming very, very scarce now. This one is for removing deep X's and causes. Alaji Abdullah, it's very hard to see now, so I'm still telling you, I still have some. They always clear it in the market. You need the rich ground again. They always take it away. People buy it all the time. Then people for ask for your Bint El Sudan soap. I have them in stock now. There are some people that are asking for this. If you need Bint El Sudan soap, the oil, and your Bint El Sudan powder with your Bint El Sudan oil, I have everything about the Bint El Sudan. You can contact me for that one. Then of course your 6-flower spiritual oil that we use for so many things. I have it there. If you want the 6-flower soap too, I also have it too. Okay, I can get it for you. Okay, all these are things that we use regularly as spiritual practitioners. You interact with people every day, so you need to be doing spiritual cleansing regularly to cleanse negativity, to cleanse all this bad stuff. You need to be using them. So we use all this stuff regularly as people are interacting, leaving their vibration, leaving their essence on you. You also need to be cleaning it off and neutralizing, especially if you're working with crowds, you're working in places whereby you cannot avoid bodily contacts with people. You need to be doing a lot of spiritual cleansing regularly. Then this 999 you said too, if you want it, I have it. This is getting scarce too. A lot of people are buying this. It's almost getting out of stock. It doesn't reach ground anymore. One good thing I have noticed this time, especially in Nigeria, I have seen so many spiritual shops opening, especially in where I'm living. In those days, we used to have just 2 spiritual shops in my city. 10 years back, we know them. But now we have almost more than 100. These shops are opening everywhere, selling herbs, selling all this stuff, and they are making money. It means that people are buying it. So I always ask this question: who are the people buying all this stuff? And almost everybody claim to be a Christian in my city, but yet they patronize spiritual products. So it's either they are secretly practicing some form of spirituality, and they are just using Christianity to cover up. So this is a very good thing when I see these shops sprouting out of the place. But many of them are still, they are not that deep. They are just coming up. It's encouraging. I would say it's encouraging, but they don't know the stuff that work. Or a lot of them sell a lot of stuff that are crappy stuff. But at least people are moving towards the era of spiritual, taking active role in their spiritual progression. Gone are the days when people just meet only pastor to pray for them. Those days are ending. Okay, people are now trying to do things by themselves. People are patronizing spiritual products, actually trying to patronize things that will change them, that will transform them, that will add real value to their life, that they want to see results. It's not by praying alone. When you pray, you have action. You use stuff that will solve the problem, powerful stuff. When you pray, you have to back your prayers. Even this, you have to buy things that people will use, like this one now, call money for prosperity attraction oils. All these things people use. And then of course I forgot to say I have this new one for people that are interested in manhood elongation. I've done some of these ones now. I have about 8 of these ones now. People that want kind of enlargement thing, this one helps. Okay, very powerful stuff. I have done them now in my book. That's walking in the shadow of the gods. I put the spell is inside here for that very thing. But a lot of people cannot do the spell, in the sense that some countries don't have that giant West African snail. It's a very important ingredient. The spell is already here. So I do this stuff for people that cannot do it by themselves. If you cannot find the ingredient in your country to do it, this is why I did it. Okay? For those people, some people don't have the ingredients, but the spell is already in this book. But if you don't have the ingredient, I do it for manhood elongation. People that want to increase size of that kind of thing. Now the thing with this, so I get, and now you can order it from me. Okay, but if you cannot order it, you can still do it yourself. I already put the spell in this book. Okay, so nothing spoiled. Just want to let you know. Somebody ordered, so I do some extra ones. So if you want to buy, you can buy now, or if you want to do later, you can do later. I have a lot of stuff for sale. You people should patronize me. This is original black soap, Ghana black soap. I also have Nigeria black soap too. So if you want to buy and do it by yourself, you can do by yourself. Or if you want the ones that have already done powerful stuff, so many stuff are inside here for road opening, prosperity, protection. I've already done this already. Okay, for people that cannot do by themselves, or you need it, the original professional one, you want it done professionally, it's already there waiting. Okay, so these are some of the stuff that I have. Then of course, if you want to buy your beads, let me show you. I have lots of them here. It's all part of the process. New designs, they are here as well. Okay, if you want to buy your beads, your neck chain, and everything you need to know about to showcase your spirituality, I sell all this stuff as well. Okay, so anything that you want, try to contact, and I will get you the stuff. Okay, so this is what I have to say today. If you also want to do your oracle tarot reading consultation, I do all those ones. I charge $50 for that one. Then if you want to learn African spirituality, I teach it too in a 6 months program. You're going to learn a lot of things, from the history to the sciences, and to the metaphysics, and how to make contact with the deities. 6 months program, I do that one. It's just $600. Okay, $100 a month. You learn so many things. You become more advanced than somebody that has been practicing for 10 years. You know what is going on, what time is talking about, and where we are heading. So apart from that, I thank you very much for watching today. Very delighted. For those people that have been supporting me, I am very, very happy and delighted as well. And I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.